Hello po sa inyong lahat at ngayon po ay June 2, 2022, Thursday. Welcome po sa Stock Market Today. Kung first time niyo po dito, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007 at ginagawa ko po ito araw-araw and nire-report ko rin po ang pinaka-latest news tungkol sa inyong paborito at pinaka-aktibong stocks. Kung gusto niyo po ng content, iniimbitahan ko po kayo mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review na gamit ay technical analysis, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Ang mga sinasabi ko po dito ay hindi po financial advice. Ang ating balita ay tungkol sa Pldt Tower deal kasama ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, ika-2 ng Hunyo, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, ito na po yung ating financial headlines from the business world. Manufacturing PMI slips in May. And local airlines optimistic on travel demand despite spike in fuel surcharge. Marcoleta among Marcos picks for energy chief. Dito po sa ating corporate news naman, PLDT Group receives 39 billion on sale of 3,012 towers. Yan po ang ating main news. Converge doubles base speed to 100 Mbps to address rise in internet consumption. Then Century Pacific Food takes Ligo manufacturing plant to Zamboanga. And Robinson's Land approves up to 15 billion bond issuance. Then DMCI earnings up 14% on higher shipments. Okay, but our main news is from Philstar. PLDT closes first tower deal. PLDT has completed the sale of an initial batch of its tower assets, achieving the first closing on its landmark sale and leaseback tower deal worth 77 billion. PLDT, in a disclosure to the PSE yesterday, said subsidiaries Smart Communications Inc. and Digital Mobile Philippines Inc. have successfully achieved first closing by completing the sale of 3,012 telecom towers, representing more than half of its assets being monetized. For the sale, Smart and Digital received a corresponding cash consideration of about 39.2 billion. PLDT said the master service agreements covering the leaseback arrangements for those towers became effective as well. PLDT expects additional closings in the next few months, saying that the transaction is staggered based on number of towers being transferred. Final closing, however, is targeted by the fourth quarter. Last April, PLDT announced that Smart and Digital signed the sale and purchase agreements for the sale of 5,907 telecom towers and related passive telecom infrastructure for 77 billion to a subsidiary of EdgePoint and a subsidiary of Edotco Group. The transaction covers two portfolios, with the first consisting of 3,934 towers to be sold to EdgePoint subsidiary Comworks Infratech Corp for 35 billion. The second portfolio includes 3,973 towers to be sold to ISOC Edotco Towers Inc., a subsidiary of Edotco Group, for 42 billion pesos. PLDT will use the proceeds of the transactions for debt repayment, to fund major cash requirements, debt avoidance, and special dividends up to 9 billion. Okay, so yan po ang ating main news for the day. And before we go to our PSE index, let's read some comments here. Okay, Rudy Mateo, sabi niya, good day sir, pakicheck po si Bloom. Thanks. Okay, sama po natin si Bloom. And then, Isip Roman, ang sabi niya, sir, SPC possible catalyst lower divs compared to last year. Also diesel plants, yan, taas ng oil. Okay, maaari, pwede, no? Pwede. Pwede po yung comment ninyo. Possible po. Frank Nifares, pa-share naman po ng portfolio, sir. Sige, ayusin ko lang po, no? Pero hindi po, ang isa-share ko po ay percentage, ha? Hindi po actual amounts. Kakahiya kung actual amounts. Okay, sige po. So, we will be doing Bloom. Okay, request po yan. And unless you have other... ito naman, si Theometer Camtech. Good PM. Sir, pa-request naman bukas kay AC at MM. Okay, sige po. So, let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange. Ano kaya nangyari ngayon? Tingnan po natin. Alright. Let's put up our indicators. The PSEI lost 25.38 points, 0.38% down. So, red candlestick siya for the third straight day. Yan po, no? Bearish pa po ang PSEI. Pero, what I can see here is that meron siyang reverse head and shoulders. Ito po yung dalawang shoulders, ito at saka ito. Ito yung kanyang head. Yan po, no? Reverse head and shoulders is a bullish sign. Yan po ang aking nakikita. In the meantime, pababa po yung trend, ano? Kasi po nag-oversold na po siya dito nung May 22 eh. So, with the reverse head and shoulders, maaring tumaas na po ang ating PSE index. Okay? Ngayon, pagdating naman sa market activity, 100 companies declined, 73 advanced while 53 remained unchanged. The all-share index also declined by 0.22%, almost flat. Yung ating sectoral indices naman, dalawang sectors po ang down, that's financials and industrials, pero yung holding companies, mining, properties, and services are up. Mining led the gainers at 1.28%. So, dun po sa most active stocks, i-review po natin ang inyong mga request, ano? And meron pong pahabol po dito si Isip Roman, ano? Pure Gold and RRHI. Napakaswerte mo naman, Isip, ano? Umabot ka. Include po natin si Pure Gold and RRHI. So, we'll be reviewing Bloom, AC, MM, Pure Gold, and RRHI. Okay? By the way, get well soon, Mari. Matagal na po siyang merong karamdaman, and we used to discuss stocks with his dad, ano? Si Tito Sam, and we haven't done that for quite some time dahil nga meron siyang karamdaman, ano? And she needs prayers. So, Mari, get well soon. So, let's now go to our review. BLOOM. Bloom. Si Bloom ay, tignan natin kung ano nangyari kay Bloom. Okay, it's just moving sideways. It had a 2 centavo gain, but almost flat actually. So, yung formation po ng ating indicators are just horizontal, meaning sideways movement. Now, if we will be drawing a Darvas box, yan po yung kanyang enclosure, no? Yung box po niya, where in the upper border would be our resistance at 6.78, and the lower border is our support at 606. RSI is a bit bearish, nasa 48.37 po si RSI. Ngayon po, no, kung titingnan po natin ang fundamentals, ang Bloomberry, pinapalagay po ng BDO Securities Ang presyo po niya nasa 750. So based on prices yesterday, meron po siyang 18 to 19% upside, 6.33, 6.32. So yun po ang Bloomberry. Meron pa pong upside if you wanna go long term, Okay, pero based on technical, sideways lang po ang kanyang movement. Next, we have Ayala Corporation. Ayala Corporation is one of the oldest companies in the Philippines. Bearish pa rin po si Ayala Corporation, although the short-term indicator appears to be under already. So it's steady, So there appears to be some consolidation. Support is at 660. Yung RSI po niya nasa 4781 and it was oversold for 2 days, May 13 and May 16. And since then, it has moved up. But the general trend pa rin ng stock ay bearish, Ngayon, fundamentals po ang pag-uusapan natin. Ayala Corporation, laki pala ng value nito, Based on video securities, nasa 1,050 po. Based on yesterday's prices, it's 50.6% upside. So napakalaki po ng potential nito, ng itong Ayala Corporation. And maganda naman po yung earnings niya, 40.11% quarter on quarter, and year on year, that's 23.12%. Yan po kung fundamentals po ang pag-uusapan natin. Next, we have Merrimart. Na si Merrimart, kina-injap to Bearish talaga si Merrimart. It was oversold here on May 4 and May 12, but the stock hasn't recovered since. At titignan nyo po yung path ng stock, Lagay natin ng 1-week chart. Yan po siya. It began to move down here, nung March 2021, and since then ay panay baba na po ang nakikita natin, Ito po dito po, pagpasok po ng March ay naging bearish na po siya. Before it was bullish, nag-IPO lang siya nung June last year. But it has been on a long downtrend. At ilang beses na po nag-oversold po yan. So let's see. Tingnan natin. Let's draw a parallel channel. The parallel channel, the upper channel is the 50-day exponential moving average, which would mean that will be forming our resistance. Nasa 1.8 yung resistance level, and the support level nasa 1.26. Yan po yung lower channel. Adjust natin ng konti. Yan. Okay? So the upper channel is our resistance 1.72, which is our EMA 50, and which is close to 176, the channel. And the support is at 1.26, bearish po siya. And it continues to move downwards. All our indicators are above. So hindi po magandang pangitain itong si Merrimart. Earnings niya ay maganda naman, 31.18% quarter on quarter. Year on year meron ba? Wala pa siya. First quarter pa lang to, 2022 earnings. O sinabay niya kasi meron siyang 12 months trailing. Baka quarter on quarter to. Okay. So yan po si Merrimart. Then let's take a look at Pure Gold. Si Pure Gold, ayan, pababa pa rin si Pure Gold, May earnings ba siya dito? Maganda naman ang earnings niya, 6.47%. Not much, but it's earning 1.4 year on year and 6.47 quarter on quarter. Pero hindi po siya nag-move up. Bearish pa rin po si Pure Gold with support here nasa 32.05. And then the resistance nandito po sa 37.61. So support and resistance, hindi po yan exact points, but these are areas. So RSI is near the midpoint, nasa 49.8. 18, but it's more on the bearish side. And then finally, we have RRHI. RRHI, naku, bearish din si RRHI. Pero may dividends po siya, no? X-date is May 17, tapos na yung X-date dito. Payment date is June 10, 2 pesos po ang kanyang dividendo. Quarter on quarter, meron po siyang 25% increase, ano? And then year on year, it's 39.16%. So okay naman itong RRHI, no? Robinsons, only that it's moving downwards. Again, let's draw a parallel channel here. Yung ating support and resistance, the resistance would follow the 50-day exponential, no? Yung 50-day nasa 54 po. And then the lower level would be our support nasa 50.51. So hindi po maganda ang pangitain kay RRHI. Although pataas po yung kanyang pataas po yung kanyang, okay, wait. Yung 20 day EMA is at 53.24, meaning na on the short term, maaring nagbabago na po yung trend ni Robinsons on the short term. Although the two indicators, yung 50-day at saka yung 100 days, are still above the candlesticks. So, there is promise here for RRHI dahil nag-move up na po yung kanyang RSI, no? RSI is a leading indicator. Yung ating mga moving averages are lagging indicators. So, there is some hope here for RRHI as there is a possibility of the stock moving up. Okay, so yan po ang ating report sa stock market. June 2, 2022, ito po si Benji Chodoro nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Love your country, give our new leaders a chance, but continue to do what is good, right, and just. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Hanggang sa muli, stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.